Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Formula 1 2021 season predictions. In this video I'm going to go through what I think are the worst team in Formula 1 and then going through all of them until we end up at the best team in Formula 1. Currently the season is scheduled to have 23 races, but we all know that is subject to change because of the current environment that we live in. Starting at number 10, we have Williams, who have a new livery, which I think is I'd say it is a bit of a downgrade from the previous one, but I still think this looks good. Now, my biggest problem with this team is that Nicolas Latifi, because we do not know how good he truly is in Formula 1. Is he good enough driver to be basically to drive at this level? Versus George Russell, who we know when he was driving that one race for Mercedes, we know that he would be good enough to drive in basically any car. Coming in at number 9, we have Haas. Now, I'm not a fan of this color scheme, to being honest. I have heard that it's supposed to represent United States of America colors. I think it's the Russian colors. Now, I actually think that both of these drivers are rather fast, but I don't know that I should be that excited for this season. Because Mick Schumacher has had and this is what has happened throughout his career, that it takes time for him to get adjusted to these things, and we kind of are expecting a lot of him from the start, and I don't think that's going to happen. Now versus Nikita Mazepin, who I'm expecting that will have a might even be faster than Schumacher throughout the season, but I think that because of the fiery nature, he will make more mistakes throughout the season. Coming in at number 8, we have Alfa Romeo, who have a very similar livery design to the last year's car, and that's basically all that we have to talk about their livery in that sense. I feel like Antonio Giovinazzi is now in a state of his career where he basically would have to be faster than Kimi Raikkonen. Because if you are not, then what does that bode for your future? I mean, yeah, we have seen glimpses of it, but I feel like you would have to show more at this stage when this is no longer spring chicken. I think that this is a make or break year for Antonio Giovinazzi's entire Formula 1 career. And I do have a question. Where would he go from here? Because I don't see any team where he would go higher than he currently is. I just don't see it happening. Now, Kimi Raikkonen, he's in his 19th season, and I'd still say he's the better than Giovinazzi. And he produced one of the best highlights of last year when he had those 2 amazing laps at Portimao. I'm not expecting great things from Alfa Romeo this season. I can see that they would be even worse than 8th. I mean, I can see Williams making a jump from 10 to 8 throughout the season, but I feel like Williams would start at 10, and then we'll see how the season would progress, and then we'll see from there. Now, at number 7, I have a car that actually won a race last year at AlphaTauri. Livery is basically the same. It is just darker from the front. That is all about it. Pierre Gasly, of course, the race winner from last year, wasn't good enough performance to get the promotion to the Red Bull team, which I can kind of understand, because he was already there and we know how, well, basically it's not a good situation to be in as the number 2 guy in there at Red Bull. So I think this is the best move for his career, but problem is he would have to be number 1 at Red Bull in order to have a good chance in there to enhance his career, and I don't think that opportunity is going to come to him. Now, I think that Yuki Tsunoda is the best currently out of the rookie talents in Formula 1. I'm expecting that he will be very competitive, yes, even against Pierre Gasly this season. Like, I was amazed what he was able to do in Formula 2 last year with the car that he had. At number 6 I have Alpine, or formerly known as the Renault Formula 1 team, which is now, instead of yellow and black, now it's blue. I feel like it is a... I mean, the color scheme looks great, don't get me wrong, but it's just a shame that we have to lose the yellow and black. Now, I don't really know how should I feel about Esteban Ocon at this point. I mean, he's alright, I guess, but the problem that I have with this season is that he probably will not get recognition for being good this year, because he's going against Fernando, who has just come back from a 2-year hiatus. And if he's bad, well, then that's just the end of his career, because if you can't beat Fernando Alonso, you can't be competitive against him, then what are we doing here? And then I have in here marked down this in my notes. Fernando Alonso is good enough driver to be number 2 at any team. Yes, even Mercedes. I just hope that he has a car that we can see challenging for podiums or stuff like that. I can see actually podium chances are possible, but it would require weirder races throughout the season. I mean, Ricciardo was able to get, I think, was it 2 podiums throughout last year with Renault, so yeah, I can see that happening. Number 5 is Ferrari. Looking at this, I feel like I might have overestimated these 2 teams right in here. This and the next team. basically Ferrari, I mean, back of the car is in a, apparently in a target shade of red, and mission win now color logo is now green. That's about it. Carlos Sainz, I mean, he must regret the decision to join Ferrari. I mean, the team that he left, McLaren, look so promising right now. I'm not expecting a great deal from him because of a teammate. I feel like Charles Leclerc will outperform Carlos Sainz and will make him look bad throughout the season. I feel like Charles would be able to fight for podiums, but I don't know whether or not this car will allow it. Only reason why I would have Ferrari above Alpine is because I for some reason believe that Ferrari can still produce more consistent results over Alpine, but I feel like that might not be that true come the end of the season. Now I have a team at number 4, which is Aston Martin. This might be a bit too high. Some would argue maybe it's even, let's see, maybe worse than Alpine, maybe even worse than AlphaTauri, but we would have to see how it is. Aston Martin is now green instead of the old pink Racing Point. I think this is a massive improvement for the car. And now for the two drivers who are Lance Stroll. I'm not convinced by Lance Stroll. I feel like he's the biggest example of pay to play in Formula 1 currently. Now yes, like I know that he has had a couple of podiums at Azerbaijan, or basically any track where there is a lot of straights for some reason. But I just don't think that, like I feel like this is the level that he's going to be at for a long time, unless either his dad buys up a even bigger team, or that Aston Martin get good enough that they can actually start winning races. I just don't think that his pure talents are quite there to get him into that next level as of yet, but it can improve. At number 3 we have McLaren, which is still orange. I missed the liveries that were back in the mid to late 90s with Häkkinen and Coulthard and basically even Kimi back in 05. But yeah. I do have a bold prediction in here. This is first of the 3 teams on this list to compete for wins every single week. I know. It is a bold prediction, and I think I'm going to regret it. I hope I'm wrong. Now, I kind of have had to put one bad performance in here, and I feel like I think it has to be Daniel Ricciardo. Like, I know he's immensely talented. I know what he was able to do with Renault last year. But I feel like it's just the getting used to a new car part. That is what I'm worried about, to be honest. And then Lando Norris, I think he's talented. We know how good he is. We know what he can do. And yeah, yeah. I have been here that he's the one who is going to win a race in 2021. Coming at number 2, I have Red Bull Racing. Now in testing, it has seemed that Mercedes might have had some problems and that maybe Red Bull have already taken over from Mercedes. I refuse to believe that yet. I need to see it in racing so that when we have cleanly beaten Mercedes on the track, maybe we would have to do it also in qualifying. Then I would believe, yeah, changing of the guard here. I don't believe that you can beat Mercedes still, which is very, very disappointing. But the Red Bull, their livery, it's the same. It's the same. It has always been. Like, what did you expect? I'm hoping that Sergio Perez is the guy who can break the curse of being the number 2 guy at Red Bull, and hopefully he's the one that can actually state a race winner last year from Racing Point, current Aston Martin, hoping that he can keep this spot and possibly go to even bigger and better things, which I feel like is kind of impossible at this point, because only upgrade from here is either number 1 at Red Bull or number 2 at Mercedes. Now Max Verstappen going to win races, going to be good, going to be great, and he's the only one who can take on Lewis Hamilton. And finally we have Mercedes. Now livery, it is hideous. It is awful. It's basically the same livery as last year, which I think that's the fine part, but why is there so many AMG logos all around the back of the car? It just no, just it just looks bad. Valtteri Bottas, like I'm I'm starting to get convinced that there really has to be someone better that should be driving this car, because yeah, we all know that, oh, does he have to drive? Like I I do now. I'm starting to think that maybe he should be on that midcast, like driving for something like hmm, something like an Aston Martin, something around that. But yeah, I mean, look, like I'm not expecting much from him. I don't think this is year, and I don't think there will be his year. That's the point. Now Lewis Hamilton, one of the greatest drivers of all time, greatest qualifier of all time, and I'm predicting at the end of the season we'll have the most world titles by winning the 2021 World Championship, and will be the first driver in Formula 1 history to reach 100 victories. But those are my predictions. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. What I should have done differently, or did you think that the predictions were absolutely horrible? Um, but yeah, I will see you here next time. Bye bye.